And we've been discussing all this AI. We up there, man. Now we sound like old men talk about the AI, right?
Right.
Man, as a producer, you do you use it or have you
Yeah, because what I think with producing, bro, that there's no rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if you're like, hey, make me a Nas type beat, and then you portray it to the world. Like, look what I made. Like, you prompted it. But as far as AI, and there's no rules. I'm one of those people, I don't care if you use loops, because there's a big thing that produce, you use loops. It's like, well, they use loops. Alchemists use loops. They just got it off of vinyl. It's just the way we access them is different. So it's like,
you learn these different processes with producers. Like Alchemist, he still goes digging, but then you see these ads where it's like, hey, just hum into it.
yeah,
And we'll make this for you.
yeah, that gets kind of corny. But I mean, at the end of the day, the AI stuff, it's not going to prevail because it's like, this shit takes suffering.
Exactly.
It's the same, like, you know, with food, all of it, writing stuff, literature. Like, it ain't, good music always wins.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, to make good music, it takes consciousness.
Yeah, man, I miss, like I said off the record, I miss albums. You know,
Yeah.
When you see how convenient it is to make a song. I mean, I've seen even people go as far as saying, hey, I know this is AI, but this is my song. And I'm just like, it's not your song.
Yeah, and there's a slippery slope where people, if you want to do AI and stuff, that's cool, do it. But portray it to the world like that. Don't do the magic trick like you're the creator, because you're not. If you're like, hey, I use, say you wrote good songs, but you don't have a good voice, and instead of paying a singer, you could just have AI do it. That's cool, but if you come out the gate real transparent, then that's okay. But these people are becoming artists, but they're leaving out that little missing thing, and it's like, well, why are you leaving it out that you're getting help?
So with you being a producer, have you ever had to kind of say no to an artist you work with when it came to AI? Or you just, like you said, just let them do whatever they want?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I work with people that's still traditional.
Yeah.
So I haven't really reached that point where someone's like, hey, well, no, because I have a friend named Quincy, and he's a good songwriter, and then he had AI do the vocals.
Yeah.
But that was cool because it is what it is. He was very honest about it. He wasn't like, I sang this. Because that's the thing that's going to happen. All these people they're gonna do that lie or whatever to portray it. But then what happens when you got to do shows?
Exactly.
So it's like, it's going to run into itself eventually.
Because there was a big debate about that. I seen there was an artist, I don't know if Timberland was behind it, but there was a young woman, I think she was from Mississippi. It was like a top charting song, and people were just like, that's not fair. But then also it says she signed for so much money, and I think it's just like a team of people behind a creative. They just create an artist.
Yeah. I mean, the Gorillaz kind of did it first.
Yeah?
So, I mean, but they had real music, but then with Timberland, you don't know what's real, what's not. So it's like, but at the end of the day with the AI stuff, it's like, I don't know how they would copyright that because it has to go back to a person.
I was just about to ask you that. How would that work with copyrights with AI?
Yeah, so like if we was to submit a song for like ASCAP or BMI and the song works, we have to list how this song, you know, all the composers, songwriters.
Yeah.
And you can't copyright ChatGPT or Sono as a songwriter yet. So that just goes in, it's just up for grabs. So I mean, that stuff ain't copyrighted. So if you do have a dope idea and you use AI to make it, someone could just steal it. They could just sample your song, that part of it. They don't have to like cover it or anything.
That's wild. So to go from AI to the early days,
right?
When you started with producing, I want to ask you, what was that first beat you made where you was like, oh yeah, I got something here?
Damn.
Like paint a picture for us.
All right, so we've been making music since I was in the 5th grade.
Forever. We gonna get it.
So since I was in the 5th grade, and my brother, like we'd all make music, you know, make music with your friends. But right around high school, I made this beat called Her Song for MGK. And it was so fucking dope that it was like, I got to do something with this. Like I had this intuition about like, it wasn't like, oh, I made it, everyone, you know, because I was making beats for people in the city, but then that's when I got the first like insight of like, man, this could go pretty far. And then all that shit happened. So it was like, that was like the first one where I was like, oh, this is bigger than Canton.
Because you come from like we'll get into it in the second half, but like your brothers, man, like low key was legends. Like I remember back in the day, man, like nobody would battle rap your brothers.
Yeah.
So would you ever try rapping, or you always knew you were gonna be the producer?
Nah, I was always the producer. I just like making beats. And two, it's me and my brothers don't compete.
Yeah.
So why do I need to rap when my brother is my favorite rapper?
That's dope.
So why would I even?
Shout out Jay, Stu, and Tommy too, man.
Yeah, Alex, come on, guy.
Yeah, shout out Alex. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot y'all got a dynasty, man. Okay.
We're here, you know?
That's what's up, man. The early days, because it's like when we talk about the city, we always talk about it. Seeing guys in my age group doing that, because I remember Stealth Records too.
Yeah,
like, man.
Dante, yo.
Like, those days, like y'all had the vision way back in the day, even before I picked up the microphone. I didn't pick up the mic until on the studio until I was 18.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to go from McKinley to now, man, it's got to be crazy as a family. Like, as a family, have you ever thought about doing something together, like in hip hop, or just ever brainstormed ideas together?
Yeah, we always brainstorm. I mean, my brothers are the first people I call whenever something big happens.
That's real.
Like, call them, you know. We always brainstorm stuff, but everyone got their own life going on. And then now with everything we've done, we got to do it a certain way. So it's like we got some stuff we want to do, you know.
What's up, man?
So it's going to be dope when it all comes out.
So, like, producers don't really always get the spotlight. Do you like being behind the scenes, or you like stepping out more?
Man, I'm a behind the scenes guy.
Behind the scenes?
From the people I talk to, I'm the guy in the video game you don't meet until you beat it. But you need him to beat it. But he ain't in the trailer or nothing, you know? But that goes like worldwide. I notice like every place I've been, usually when someone's doing, and this is the weird stuff about Ohio, when someone starts getting active and they're out here, someone in Ohio is in orbit around them that no one knows on social media, but he's like the go-to guy. And it's like that with every camp. To where, and it's weird like that. So I kind of fit that mold now, you know, where it's like I'm not about to be on the internet like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about it off the record, just like appreciating art before the internet.
Yeah.
You had to kind of do hand in hand. You had to be out here, you know, with the people.
Yeah.
You know, and being behind the scenes, you know, that's the person that makes things happen.
Yeah, because it's like Sonny Black and them wasn't on the internet, but the Money Gang stuff is still like the most
I miss seeing those cars, man.
Bro.
Remember those times, man? Shout out Sonny Black.
Yeah, Joe Highs. You know, Joe Highs, whenever.
Shout out Joe Highs, too, man.
Joe Highs used to come over to my mom's house with us with his Phantom and show us how to like sample beats and stuff. To this day, bro, I'll go to the studio and I'll make some shit, and if it don't sound like a Joe Highs beat, I don't think I'm close. But whenever it's like, oh, this sounds like some Joe High shit, then I could play it for the fucking game, any of them, melt their face.
You got to be from the city, like,
to understand Joe High's
impact,
sound.
or just the impact of Money Gang. I always give them their flowers. And you and I, we were students because we all looked up to them.
Yeah.
You know, visually, everything was in-house.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they all had a project, man. Like, I always will give flowers to Money Gang and the things they've done. So I want to ask you, what was Canton like creatively when you were coming up? We talked about it briefly, but what was it like for you coming up?
Man, it was definitely, I wouldn't say better or worse, but like catchy. I mean, there was more outlets. We had Sadie Renee's.
Facts.
That was a big part. People don't realize that was like the hip hop spot. There was a lot more. Everyone had their own camp. I mean, it seems like it's more like like even the Sonny Black stuff. So you had Sonny Black, but then you had Joe Highs, and then you had Collosural and all these people, and Jay Hits and all of them, and GMU. Man,
shout out Jay Hits, man, my dude.
But now it's like you see an artist that's from Facebook, and you kind of just see them. You don't see the whole team anymore. So I think back then it was more of a group effort for sure. But I mean, it's Facebook. Everyone wants to go viral by themselves.
Like you can create. We come from a time where you really got to see people's personality.
Yeah.
You know, versus social media, you can kind of create one.
Yeah.
So out of all these sessions you had, we talk about Canton. What was the most Canton studio session you ever had?
Canton studio session? Let me think.
Like, who was in the room? Like, what do you remember? Like, because we talk about all these different names and we know all these references to the city. Like, what was the most Canton studio session you ever had?
Dang, probably like home studio or like whenever I had like recording studio.
Whatever one you want to talk about.
I would say in my mom's basement or Austin. And
yeah.
because that was like
Everybody was there, huh?
Everybody, and it was like not everyone could come there, and it's like there was a mystiqueness about it, but we was there every day, and it's like everyone that's from Canton. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, because there's like you and a couple other people, but most people like from our era, bro, that they were at my mom's house or Austin's house, and it's like it just happened like that.
I just remember like talking with you and realizing, because I was trying to get myself out there. I was just writing rhymes.
Right.
And I remember always being kind of the odd man out, because in those times it was one aesthetic and then there was me. I was doing the hip hop aesthetic.
Right.
And you said Jay Hits. And Jay Hits was the one that made me feel secure about liking Tribe Called Quest, liking MCs, because at the time Dipset, Jeezy,
Yeah, bro.
you know,
Lil Wayne.
and which was great.
Yeah.
But I was the one here that was like, well, I like MCs, and you know, when they was picking on me about it, Jay Hits was the first one that was like, yo, Jéan P, like he's the first cosign that I ever had, really, because I'm like, because he was on CDs, GMU. We were in high school, and they CDs was everywhere.
Yeah, bro.
So seeing like Jay Hits, and then you might see a Sunny Black CD on Cleveland Avenue or Tusk. You might see a
Or
car.
the flyers taped on the drive-throughs of the
everywhere.
mixtapes. Yeah.
So me seeing Hits in GMU, I'm like, I go to school with these dudes. I was inspired by that.
Yeah.
So to see all that, and now we're still doing it, we still at it. This is a refreshing episode. And to see what you're doing now, man, like, so we're going to talk more about it throughout the show, man. I got so many questions to ask you. This really feels like a conversation.
Yeah, well, this ain't no podcast, bro.
Yeah, man, it's just the homies talking, you know, because that's the format of the pod. You know, I just always wanted to have a podcast where, yeah, we're doing the format, but these are people who I know personally, people who I get to introduce to the world. Because even with this podcast, I still feel like I'm introducing Canton to people all over the world who know me from social media. But I'm like, this is where I come from. These are people who I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a special place, man, because traveling, I really like respect. Out of everywhere, you know, when we was younger, it was like, man, we're in fucking Canton, we're in Ohio. But now it's like, it's like honorable, because this Ohio sound is nowhere in the world.
Nowhere.
And it's crazy when you start getting into these different ecosystems, like how Ohio sounds and how they revere it. Like the Midwest, not even the Midwest, but like Ohio in general, like, to where it's like now I'm so glad I came from Ohio.
Yeah, man.
And I got curated to this type of sound, you know. But yeah, going out there and stuff, bro, it's like the Ohio sound. That's why, like, even like people, hey, oh, I did this. It's like you were meant to do that. You were meant to do the show at City Renee's and 10 people there. Fuck it.
You got to start from somewhere. Yeah. I mean, I think people want the success instantly. It's like you got to put in the work. Like you said, there were times where I did shows and there was 2 people in the crowd, but we knew them 2 people want to tell somebody about what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like nowadays with social media, people kind of just see it and they're like, oh, I want this right away. I'll do whatever it takes to get there. And I know, all right, you want to get there, you may have to do some things you don't want to do or go into an industry that you don't want to jump right into right away.
Yeah.
Without putting that work in.
Yeah, because the mystique shit, it's like, that's cool and you want to look a certain way, but you got to have that trial run. Mm-hmm. And too, the model's still the same, bro. 100 real fans is better than a viral TikTok video, all that. You just need 100 fans.
That's it.
There's 100 people in Canton, you know, or in Ohio. Like, you just need 100 of them and you're good.
That's how you eliminate the BS, you know.
Yep.
Like, I literally posted, I made a joking, you know, I'm always silly. I said, if you haven't sold 100 CDs hand in hand or 100 digital downloads, and it's like, you got to quit with the whole I'm the best. And that's not just Canton, but that's everywhere. I see I'm friends with so many artists in different cities, and when those lists come out and people don't feel like they're on a list, because I haven't been on any.
Yeah, I'm not on no list.
But like I said before, you have ASCAP, you know, you get checks, you know what I'm saying? You work, you got a plaque to show for the work you put in. So I just tell guys, like, even what you say, if you don't have 100 people that'll come to a show or buy a CD, then stop. But if you do, those people will help you eat.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's the infrastructure you need. And too, now, it's like with the viral, everyone wants to do it. They want to do it big. They see this. Bro, that fan interaction, that's free. And that's something you could do as an artist.
Yes.
And like, I see Scott Cuddy doing it a lot. Like, really tapping into it. Like, oh, if I'm live, I'm about to FaceTime one of these people.
Man.
And like, that's real valuable. And people get lost and just wanting shit to go viral. They don't dub back on like interacting with fans. That's why I see some artists, they don't do meet and greets and shit like that. It's like, why
Which
not?
is wild to me.
Yeah, why not?
I think that's been the benefit of being from Canton as Jéan P, is like, not only do I know you from a sibling or we went to school together, I could drive right to you and bring this CD to you.
Yeah.
And that worked out for me so much. When other people were like, oh, Canton ain't that big. I'm like, yo, listen, all right, you want a CD, 10, 20 bucks, I'll drive to you, whether you want the Northeast, whether you want the Southeast, Southwest, you know what I'm saying? That's been such a benefit for me. And I see now direct-to-consumer is becoming popular. But don't make the connection because it's a bad, you making a relationship
Yeah,
with
someone
somebody.
likes your music, That's dope. When people, and music is medicine. So it's like, dang.
Yeah.
And they could give you some information, some homework. Like, dang. So what was you thinking about whenever I made this song? Like, how'd that make you feel to where you could kind of get a more in-depth vision of your art?
It's good peer review.
Yeah, because with art, it's like you're always from the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like our voice. Your voice sounds a certain way to you, but to us, it sounds different. And that's how art is. Like, you'll never know the outside perspective. So you got to try to go get it.
And take those criticism and make better art, or continue to make great art.
Yeah.
So real quick, Frank, before we go on this break, man, where can they follow you at? What's your social media? How can they reach out to you?
All right, my social media is at Franky Wahoo. So that's pretty much all across the board. And like I said, if anyone wants to follow me, follow me. If you're from Canton, you do any type of music, anything like that, I'm always, bro, even with the placements, if someone's like, Frank, can you make me a beat for $50? You're from Canton, it's on the floor. There's no...
Y'all hear that, artists out there? Y'all trying to... Come on, man. Talk to them. That's something that you want to work with artists. Because some guys be like, I need $3,000 right away. It's like, hold on, we only got that bread. Man, work with me.
Yeah, it's Canton, bro.
100%. Y'all can follow Jeremy, Ginger Ninja. I'm sorry if I had the name wrong. Chaser put the names there. Zach, Z-Worthy68. Everything with me, Jéan P the MC, JeanPTHEMC. Subscribe, youtube.com/Jéan P the MC. Follow the podcast. We're on Instagram, SWYM Podcast as well. You gonna stick around with us, man?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
195, man. Episode 195. We right back.
Yes,
Jéan P
sir.
the MC. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. From the northwest to the northeast, say my name once and they know it's me. Southeast to the southwest, no arguments, yeah, I got next, Jéan P.
Episode 195, Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC. Franky Wahoo in the house. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
My man Cody just walked in here with the Winnies. What's up, man? You good? He over there smashing on camera, man. That's my man. So, it's a good episode, man. Like I said, I've been trying to be on my Zane Low shit, seeing what it's like one-on-one.
Right.
I do miss the guys, though, but Zach is in Chicago and Jeremy, he working.
Yeah, so it is what it is. We'll fill in.
Yeah, we'll fill in. But like I said, this is fun for me because I've known you for so long.
Yeah.
And I like personally talking with other artists and producers. I talk with anybody, but these episodes kind of hit more.
Right.
'Cause like I said, we had a lot of conversation off the record. And again, man, I know we bounce around, but I'm very proud of what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it,
Keep
bro.
doing what you're doing. Like I said, you got a plaque, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's something a lot of people can't say. And I also want to shout out to Light the Flow Minister. She was just featured in a repository today.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so shout out to
Give her
Ed
her flowers,
Ballin. Yes.
man. That's a legendary thing.
That was a great episode too, man. A lot of people was really happy about that. I was happy about that personally. Knowing her.
I found out through your podcast that
That's
she was
dope.
actually, I was like, oh shit, someone from Canton?
She knew my mom's, man.
Wow.
She knew my mom. I met her when my mother passed away, and when she introduced herself to me, she introduced herself as Light the Flow Minister. And then we started talking about music, and I had the pleasure of being her mailman too.
That's dope.
At one point in time. And every time we would talk, we would always talk hip hop, man. Like different age groups, but her understanding the kind of rap that I like. And then fast forward to her being on Cole's album
Yeah.
from Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, that's dope.
Dog, you and her, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all doing it, man.
That's the highest,
That's the highest of the highest. So shout
I
out to
bet
Light
it's
the
fun
Flow.
right now, like going through it all,
Man.
figuring it out. It's probably like a fun time.
I'm happy for her, man. Shout out to Light the Flow Minister. Once again, man, that was a great episode, 194. You can watch that, youtube.com/Jéan P the MC. You know what I'm saying? So, but Frank, before we get into this interview, I got to pay some bills.
Yeah.
It's sponsor time here at the Hub Art Factory. Shout out to Tim Carmody, the owner of the space. What you think of the spot, man?
Man, I like it, man. I like how, other artists could come in and do their work. It's a big kitchen where anyone could come in and cook, and that's
literally
dope. That's dope.
Every time we come into the Hub, it's always something different.
Yeah, the one thing, man, they got rid of the baby Braun outside, bro.
Really?
That was legendary. Come on, bring it back.
Right? Tim, man, you gotta bring that baby Braun back. You gotta put Bronny on there now.
Yeah, come on.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to the Hub Art Factory, Tim Carmody. Yeah, man. So Frank, let's start from the top, man.
All right.
What side of Canton you representing? You know I gotta shout that out.
Yeah, I'm from the Northeast.
Okay.
Tried and true the whole life. My grandma, she only drives down 19th Street and 12th Street. She'll
you real Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tried and true.
62.
Yeah, whole family worked at Sugardale.
Okay.
All that. You
like if you buy Louisville, you Northeast for real. Okay.
Everyone knows.
That's what's up, man. So what was it like growing up for you in the Northeast?
It was dope, man, because, as far as like the music, the sports, everything was in the Northeast for us. We had the Northeast Community Center. So everything was like, it was just a part of who we are, And even with it being tough and, Northeast gets the rap, to the world as it's like a grimy place. It's like, but I'd rather come from there than come from, some suburb.
Yeah. Now, how many siblings? I forgot Alex. Alex is quiet.
Yeah.
I didn't get the chance to grow up with Alex, but how many siblings are there?
There's me. I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Then Alex, Stu Billionaire.
Shout out Stu Billionaire.
Yep, Stu Billionaire.
I'm used to that name. I keep forgetting it's Alex. I'm used to Stu Billionaire.
Stu. Everyone calls him Stu. We call
Okay.
him Alex, though. And then Tommy, and then J. Stu James.
All right.
So
what were the brotherly fights like growing up? What was your
man, we really didn't fight, man, because my mom always told us, your brothers, you don't need no friends, you got your brothers.
That's what's up.
So we never really, a little bit, but nothing too crazy, because I still feel like that. I don't need to surround myself with a group of friends. I got my brothers.
Yeah.
So we ain't followers. We just fuck with each other. Like I don't to where, we don't move like that. So it's always been like that since we were kids.
So does Alex produce too?
Yeah, Alex produces.
So
yep.
you and Alex produce, and Tommy and Jay, they rap.
Yep, and then James makes beats too.
Oh, James makes beats.
Dope-ass beats too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
he's the one that started making beats.
Really?
And then we see him doing it, and then we started,
How did the crew start, man? Because like I said, y'all was rapping before I was even out here like that. So what was the first give me the backstory of the crew, man. Like, cause y'all, it was like Stealth and all these people y'all knew, man.
Yeah.
Just.
All right. So from my perspective, and I could get it wrong, but I was younger. It was us, and then we had a friend named Trey, T-R-E Torrance.
Okay.
And he lived 2 houses down. Then he started recording with us. And then Tajay and T-Will Terrace.
Okay, shout out to T-Will.
They started coming over, and that was when it was OH Dime Boys.
Yep.
Back in the day. And then after that, when my brother got to high school, he started, that's when like Dante and Stealth Records and Domain, they got involved. And then from there, and too, like with GMU, like with Rel, Boonk, all of them. Their grandma lived behind us, so we knew them our whole life.
This is real. Listen, all the hip hop heads out there, this is our generations. Cause here's how old I am. When I was young, shout out to Stealth, LaRon, I was like, man, I'm about to get signed to Stealth Records. Yeah. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I gotta get, cause they had a music video on MySpace. I was like, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah, Jermaine guy.
Shout out to Jermaine, man. Dante, like, y'all had the vision early.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even I remember your brother Tommy and Eris.
Yeah.
They would battle around. I'm like, man. One time I was watching and Tommy was like, you want to battle too? I was like, no, I'm cool. I wasn't ready for the smoke yet. I wasn't ready. But to see you go from there, man, what was the moment where you were like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
I would say I was hard-headed, bro. I went to Timken for welding, worked at Mac Trailer, but, bro, I can't keep a job to save my fucking life. I don't know what it is. I went through like 12 welding jobs.
That's every creator. Like, I couldn't keep a job. Now I'm doing what I love to do.
Yeah, it's like, so I just figured out, like, well, I always liked doing music. And then in high school, I started selling beats and then, to everybody. And then I just kept it going, and I tried to like work and tried to do the whole, let me get a job, but then it always came back to the music. And then it got to a point to where it's like, okay, so I get a royalty check. Me and my brother's about to go buy a car cash. And I'm like, oh yeah, I could make some real money doing this. And then I started working at studios, and then it was like, all right, so I could make, back then $800 every 2 weeks was good money. So it's like, why would I go get a job at Shears or Sugardale or something when I could just go to the studio and damn near make the same amount of money?
What did it feel like when you sold your first beat?
Man, it was surreal, bro. I mean, but the first beat I saw, Keep It a Bean with You, was the Sunny Black.
Real? Okay.
So whenever I was, in middle school, this dude gave me $200 for a beat CD. We went and bought school clothes. So that was crazy.
You felt like Dr. Dre. You was like, well, we eating.
Yeah, I was like,
$200. I was like,
Steve done blessed it. We're about to all go buy an NBA
we all
socks,
good, yup.
tall tees, everything,
We all getting 5 for 20. Everybody get a T-shirt. Okay, so I want to ask you this. So you were around people like Trippie Redd early.
Yeah.
What was that environment like before things kind of took off for him?
Man, Bubby always had it. I mean, he always had it. There's like, and he got so good so fast. So like he was making songs with Austin a lot because him and Austin.
Shout out Austin.
And Troy, man, you got to be good to rap with Troy. That's like the unspoken rule down there. To get Clark Kent, Troy
Shout
down
out Clark, man.
But Austin always did music with Bubby. But then like it was like something happened to where I don't know if it clicked for him, but like that differentness, that originalness where he's yelling and stuff, he just got so good.
That was new.
And then it's like, you got to do something with it. But, everyone was already down in Atlanta. So he went down to Atlanta with Gino and Aaron and all of them and Tyvion.
I remember when they went down there. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, that's where it started. And then Trippie was down there, and then, he's a Rolling Stone. So he went out to LA, met some people out there, and it put him in a position, where he could get some real movement. Mm-hmm. But it was crazy, bro. It's still crazy. Like, I listen to some of Bubby's music, I'm like, dang, he's really this good.
What's it like seeing him, like, where he's at now compared to where he first started? Like, it's got to feel surreal.
Yeah, especially because we'll go to, I don't try to interject myself into what he got going on because so many people need from him, and, that's a big responsibility to where I just like to, when we link, but he's family. Bubby's family.
100%.
But it is something. Like, dang,
we've had a few people. Ali was on here, and he knew him. So I'm like, we had a few people that know Trippie. So Trippie, if you ever watch this, man,
Yeah, shout out to Bubby.
Come on, man.
He knows what it is. He knows we're in here,
man. So Trippie, come check us out, man. I would love to meet him, man, and talk with him. So your placement, you also have another placement with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
For her song. How did that come together?
So that was you remember Scott Towns?
Yes.
So Scott had a wine company called
Shout out
Hall of
Scott
Fame.
Town.
Yeah, Hall of Fame Wine. And he was going to these mixers with these people, with like these different bars and different media people, and he was going to get his wine in these bars. And then he was like, yo, Frank, I know someone that knows MGK. I'm like, cool. And then I went up to one of the Nerve DJ things with him, and then I told the dude, I was like, yo, I want to make Machine Gun Kelly a beat, whatever. And he's like, cool. And he's like, cool. And then he sent me his email on Twitter, and I sent it, and then, sent it, whatever. He's like, cool, this is dope. And then like 4 months later, he called me and was like, yo, don't show no one that shit. He's about to put it on the album. I'm like, what? And then, this is when I was a kid, I was still working at Taco Bell. Then fucking record labels would get a hold of you. They was calling my grandma at the nursing, like, hey, we need to get a hold of him. We got to do this paperwork. So it was like a big surreal thing. And then it was like, okay, so I got to beat with MGK. This is dope. And then it happened. And then they was like, yeah, we're about to shoot a music video to that and put it on MTV. This is going to be the song that breaks him.
Man.
So it was like a blessing where it's like, what the hell? How, it wasn't just a placement. It was like, oh, there's a music video to this and all this.
Did you feel like you made it, or you just getting started?
Just getting started because I knew like I had to do more. Like, okay, so I got this going. Now I gotta, we gotta get other placements.
Yeah.
I need this again. Cause we're still living in Canton. Like I was still working at Taco Bell when that shit came out. So it was like,
man, you probably was, I'm about to be out of this shit, son.
Yeah, eventually I quit. I said, fuck it, but.
So you went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, but chose real world experience. What made you make that call?
It was just so my brother Stewie and they was all living down there, and I went down there, and I knew like I wanted to make beats. I wanted to get more placements, and I thought like you had to go to school for this shit, and I was already recording everybody, And in that first week down there, bro, no offense to the Art Institute, but they were like, the thing that they were dangling over people's head was like, yeah, your senior semester, we're going to get you in patchworks. You're going to be behind a console. I'm like, I already go there right now.
Right.
So dude's like, well, why are you here?
Ooh.
And then I was like thinking about it. And after a while, I was like, yeah, this is pointless.
So you just kind of just left.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't. But some people need the schooling. I didn't, you know what I mean? I always.
Do you think it like helped at all, or?
Nah, I think.
Yeah.
It's an experience though. It's part of the way. I had to go through it.
So collaborating with artists like Doughboy and Chip the Ripper and et cetera, because you worked out at Spider Studios.
Yep.
What did that period do for your growth, and like what did you learn from those sessions? Shout out to Chip the Ripper too.
Yeah, Chip, man. Hey,
Chip got some classics, bro.
Chip is the best
Shout
rapper.
out Chip.
He's one of the best rappers alive. You'll never hear no one like Chip the Ripper.
Ever.
You'll never hear the beat selection.
You could play Go Live or Get It Girl.
Yeah.
Any party to this day, Chip the Ripper, it's gonna go.
Yeah, Chip's legendary.
Legendary, man. But what was those sessions, and what did that do for you? What was that like?
That showed me real quick like how I recorded at home people want. So you think this big studio session, you know, they got the booth. There's like it's very clinical, but with all of them, I had them sit next to me to record. We was chopping it about music. It didn't have to be like how traditional studios work, where you just hit record and it's very professional.
It's like intimate, like you.
Yeah, I
you
learned that.
Like
you got to make them comfortable.
Yeah,
you know
that makes the best art.
And two, then I learned like you can't charge people for everything. Like everything ain't transactional. Sometimes you just got to be genuine. Like I never charged Doughboy a session a day in my life.
Man, really?
All genuine.
But you learn so much even from those free sessions. You know what I'm saying? Hooking them up.
And he's a good rapper, so and he records fast. So it got me into that. Like, okay, so he punches in when he raps, and he's giving me gems how him and Pluto would make music. So I'm taking that in. But that definitely like unlocked that level to where it's like, also if someone wants to punch in and do all this stuff, I'm pretty fast at Pro Tools because of Doughboy. So like now I'm like super fast, and that's what people want. So, you know, that was worth that.
Yeah.
The free studio time, just even having that, you know.
Jeremy's not here because, you know, this is his guy, MGK. But you worked during his general admission era. What was that energy like?
It was dope, man. They did a lot of stuff from scratch. It would be no different than like me and you just making some shit. There was no, I mean, the deadlines kind of was like that. They kind of put a timeline on it, but we were just trying to make the dopest shit. And two, that was like the first experience for me to where it's like, okay, you don't really know how good your shit is because you're making it by yourself.
Right.
But when you start implementing that on a song that's already good, you kind of see where you land. And then I learned with good songs, you could fuck them up. So like some of the songs he had, we would do post-production and this and that. And then you learn real quick, like, oh, I hear this certain drum pattern or piano. You're like, wait, it's fucking up the song. Let me take it out.
Little detail.
Yeah, so you get real particular about stuff, you know. But working with him was dope, man. That was a dope experience. Those guys, like, and he's good. Like he writes everything. He's like a true artist. He got to feel it. You know, I got to feel what I'm rapping. I can't just put out bull crap and all that.
Is he really a wild boy?
I mean, nah, he's chilling.
I always wonder, like, what's he like?
Probably, I mean, I know him from that world, so with Kel's, like, he's cool. You know,
That's
he's
what's
like
up.
us.
We're the same age. Me and him are the same age.
Yeah, and he deserves it. You know, he don't want all that. Leave all that, like, stage, like, the stuff you got to go through. Leave that for the atmosphere it's supposed to live in. Don't bring that to the studio.
Yeah.
People got their kids there and stuff. It's like, it's chill, you know?
So you also were featured on the Bright soundtrack.
Yep.
And went double platinum.
Yes, sir.
That's huge. Like, when did it hit you how big that was? You're on a double platinum soundtrack. That movie was fire, by the way.
You like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, even a little backstory,
Smith, right?
that's all Kel's.
Yeah.
Came to the studio, was like, Frankie, I missed a couple big opportunities. Like, he was supposed to be for the Wiz Khalifa song for Fast and Furious. He's like, I didn't submit the song fast enough. Wiz did it. Biggest song of his life. He's like, so I can't have that happen.
That could have been his song?
That was his song. But it is what it is.
That's one of them songs where you love going to the mailbox.
Yeah, bro. But he was like, hey, they want me to do it. That was a crazy night, bro. We did this song. They sent us the loop and the singer and like a rough version of the beat. And we kind of all, because he got great musicians around him too. And we all like made this thing. And then as he was about to finish it up, the fucking power died.
Oh,
because it was in the middle of Cleveland where they do brownouts, where they cut certain electricity to save the grid. And bro, the power was out for like 6 hours. And we were just waiting at the studio, just chilling outside.
That's crazy.
And then it finally came on, and he was like, fuck it, I'm going to just rap these verses. We'll redo them. I just got to get it submitted tonight. So it was like...
The rest is history.
Yeah. But then he came back the next day, and that's when I really, like, knew some shit was going on, where I was like, okay, I'm here by myself. They gave me the green light. Do whatever you want. Just keep the original version we had. And I was like, fuck it. And I locked in, bro. And the version I did was the one that was in the movie. With all my production, all where I was like, dang, so these ideas I have, they can like stick to the wall pretty good. And then after it came out and shit, I mean, the rollout and stuff, that was cool. Seeing it in the movie, that was cool. But that's when I got my taste of like, okay, shit's going platinum. How do I get that? And then I didn't realize, like, oh, you pay for those plaques. Those plaques are $435. The record label don't pay for those. And to
you got to
it,
pay for the plaque?
Yeah, you got to pay for. So if you have you have a song that goes platinum. All right, cool. Now you got to hit up Jewel Box Platinum. They're the company that's contracted through the Grammy stuff, and then they got to verify that that's your song
for the plaque.
For the plaque. So that plaque happened in 2016, and it took all the way until the newspaper put the article out for me for it to get verified. So I had to wait 4 years for them to even verify because they were so. And then COVID, it was all bad. Up.
Let me ask you this, man, because I love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
You were the personal engineer for Wishbone.
For Wishbone, bro.
Who I wish dropped an album. I think he's the only one that doesn't have an album.
Yep.
What was that experience, man? Shout out to Wishbone.
Yeah,
Listen,
shout out
man,
to Wishbone.
You got to bring some people on the couch, man.
Wishbone, Kane, because I made music with Kane.
Yeah.
And I was his producer, and shout out to Kane.
I can't wait to see them in Wu-Tang. I got to go to see
I already
that.
called Kane, was like,
I got to go, man.
Like, I don't need you to do no backstage stuff. I'm just going as a fan. Just please have Wu-Tang.
Is Busy going to be with him?
I don't know. He did, that's their whole.
I hope, man, because I know they had a show last time, and I followed Busy, and Busy was kind of like, I'm only here so I don't get, I'm here for the check.
Yeah.
But this being like Wu-Tang, man, I hope to see all five of them together, man. What was it like working with Wishbone?
Man, he's real old school, and bro, I was starstruck the whole time.
I bet, man, it's fucking Wishbone. Yeah,
it's Wish. And then it was cool, man, recording them, because they brought Crazy Bone first, Kane did, and then we worked on Kane's music, and then Wishbone was like, I fuck with the studio, I fuck with you, Frank, I want to record here personally. I'm like, oh shit. And then we worked on Wiz Khalifa's album, what me and Wishbone did, and that was dope, seeing how like they record, and then I'm the type of person, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
So how he's doing it is the will of the way. Like how he does these reference tracks, and then he starts making words out of his reference tracks, and then they keep overdubbing it until they get one they like. So I got to see like
so Bone Thugs, they record in a certain way as a group. Even he does.
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that. So they like stack a little bit, or they just do different ways of recording?
They stack, and then it becomes one sound. So like and usually they use each other to do the stacks, but Wishbone, it's dope, man. It's dope to see it. That was a crazy experience. Man,
I want to ask you this. So you mentioned the record with LeBron and KD. How did that even happen?
So the studio I was working at, they had a studio.
LeBron was spitting some bars?
He was spitting.
What?
But the original beat had a sample in it, and they couldn't do nothing with it. But then it got leaked. It got leaked through Cleveland, so they were already playing it. And then Rich Paul reached out and was like, yo, we could do something with that song. But here's the thing. He's cussing in it and all this stuff. We got to take all that shit out, bro. And that sample beat has to go. Right. I want to market it. So I'm like, okay. So I redid the beat, took all the cuss words out. And then it was supposed to go to 2K. And then it didn't go to 2K. And then the shit got leaked again somehow because it was on the studio computer. So I was like, well, if anybody's going to leak it, it's going to be me, because at least I'm going to leak the
real version with
him not cussing it. And during that time, there's different media outlets. Bro, they tried to offer me crazy money for the version of him cussing.
they did it? Like, I ain't about to get sued, but hell no.
And it's LeBron and Rich Paul.
You don't want to do that. And they got a brand.
Yeah, come on. It's LeBron.
You would have been the most hated man in Ohio.
Because I remember seeing him play the whole McKinley.
Yeah,
LeBron.
of course.
And he was on the Adidas commercial. The Between the Legs was in the newspaper. Like, I remember, we ain't about to do him. You remember the Hummer? Like that. Yeah. Yeah, mom getting a Hummer.
Yeah, we remember that. We was there for we real LeBron heads. Northeast Ohio. We was there for the Hummer. Them. Okay, one last question I want to ask you before we go to break. What separates someone who makes beats from someone who builds a career?
Man, it's all about feeling. If you're making beats and you got to just feel it. Like now when I make beats, what did it for me is I went from like making something that I think someone sounds good on to where I'm just in there and whatever that little feeling you get to where you're like, this is crazy. That's all I search for. So I think that's the key. Just feel it. You just got to, whatever, you'll have that whenever you make music where something feels real right.
Right.
And just chase that. And to me, once you start chasing that, the longevity is just the effect of it.
All right, Frank. So here's what I want to do, man. Because I got a couple more questions I want to ask you. So I'm going to take a break, go into P's positive point where you say a quote and I say a quote. But I want to ask you about Quad Studios.
Okay.
And I also want to ask you about working in different cities. So we'll do that and then we'll be right back. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right, man. Episode 195, Jéan P the MC, Franky Wahoo.
Yes,
say what
sir.
you mean. Peace.
I'm just out here chasing my dreams, girl. But it's crazy cause that dream cost me my dream, girl. Promise you I wouldn't change before I left. Now I think leaving is the one thing I regret. Cause the one thing I possess, it wasn't materials, wasn't checks, wasn't cars, wasn't clothes, or any part of success. It was you, and without that in my life, I'm depressed. You became the new drug I couldn't get. And every time you came over, I was on some shit. Either too fucked up or bitching about how you dress. Even though I remember when you would lay with me when I ain't have a bed. Buy me food and come wake me up with some head. Girl, you had me like a dread. Locked down, but I wouldn't show it.
Episode 195 of the Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC, Franky Wahoo. I gotta dap you up, man.
Bro?
Thank you for being on the show, man.
Bro.
This is fun, man. One-on-one, artist to artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely fun, man. So shout out to my man Franky Wahoo. I gotta ask you this, man. So I didn't get to ask you on the other hat, but you work at Quad City Studios.
Yep, Quad Studios. That's the new home. That's
Legendary.
the watering hole. Yeah, bro.
What is it like, man?
Man, it's crazy to think all that music came from there. And it's like the Mecca, it's like the Rucker Park.
You're an employee.
Yeah. It's like, it's dope, bro.
What's the vibe like in there?
Man, they're all cool. That studio, like it's family. There's no commercial vibe.
Like you just know, like you're in the building.
Yeah, you know
of
when you're
history.
home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As a musician, as a producer, like just know all the greatness that came from that space.
And they celebrate all their artists. Like if you was to book at Quad, you would get the writer treatment. Do you want us to go get you food? They make you feel like an artist. Like it's not like it's definitely dope. The hospitality vibe. They roll out the red carpet for everybody. They don't play like, well, this person's more famous, so we're gonna treat them different. They give that same type of hospitality to like everybody.
And you get excited just going to work whenever
bro.
you get a chance, man.
Yeah, it's a museum to me. You know.
Oh, I bet.
And the speaker system, there ain't no speaker system like studio monitors, nothing that sounds like Quad. It's crazy.
So Quad is NYC, but you worked in LA and Cleveland, and now NYC is your home. Like, how has each city kind of shaped you differently? Like LA and then Atlanta.
Yeah, and then Cleveland, Canton.
How has like those cities kind of shaped you being from Canton?
Really, man, like the home stuff, like the Canton and stuff in Cleveland, I got this. It was real transactional, so I got to be hands on with the artists as far as like payments and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that gave me that, and then the LA is more like you just shoot your shot and see what happens. So that got me to like that experience to like, hey, you can't charge everyone for everything. Sometimes you just got to trust your gut and move off like that. But then people snake you out there too. So I got an instance of that to where I'm sending beats and now they're having their boy remake them because he signed to their label.
You gotta do. I've heard that about places like LA. It's like you gotta be careful of the finessers out there out west.
And now I don't chop beats. So if you want one of my beats, you come to Quad. Like the old school shit, I play them right for you. There ain't
all great producers have said that though. Like, cause that was a trend. Like, buy the beats, and real producers would be like, "Nah, you gotta come.
Yeah, you gotta
make it happen with me in person."
Yeah, that's how it has to be because everyone sends beats every day. And I've had times where I've sent someone a beat, and I was like, "Yo, did you check it out?" And they're like, "Yeah, that was dope." And then I get in a room with them and I play it for them, and they're like, "This is fucking crazy." I'm like, "Bro, I sent you this 6 months ago. What are you talking about?"
Rappers.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I like that. And with Quad, man, that's like the perfect place to do that because that's what they're built off of is that old school.
Yeah.
This is the right way to do it. So, you know, now I'm gravitating towards Quad, learning their ins and outs, you know, learning New York and the city as they call it. So it's a pretty dope experience. And to build off of like a lot of people, they go to school, they go to some art school and then they get into a Quad situation. But I come from like an experience of like being at a local studio, recording at all my friends, going out to LA, just being a fly on the wall. So it's like dope how every instance is like lead up to Quad.
How you adjusting to living in New York?
Man, we're sticking and moving. We don't want to live there full time because the one thing I noticed about LA, that fear of missing out's real. So you still got to establish like a good home life and routine. And you don't want to get caught in like, okay, I need to be here all the time, but now you don't have no money because your rent's high or you're still in survival mode. So we stick and move to where I'm out in Quad. LA
rent or New York rent? Both.
Both. I would say New York's better. New York's better because everything's so close. So you're going to get cracked over the head in LA. Like if you lived in like downtown LA and all the studios are in North Hollywood, that's like driving to Arlington Road from here.
Damn.
So it's still, the commute's still there. It's just more pricey.
LA is definitely not walkable because when I went, I was like, I'm going to have to take an Uber. Minimum $50.
Yeah, each way. But New York, it's set up to like stick and move, you know?
I love the hustle and bustle in New York. What you eating in New York? What's your...
My favorite stuff, man.
Chopped cheese guy, chicken and rice. I love the chicken and rice.
Yeah, we fuck with Chinatown.
Yeah.
Egg drop soup, soup dumplings, fried rice, the classic dollar slices, all that. Man, I've been on this White Castle's kick because we don't have it back home. We don't have it here anymore.
White Castle's in New York?
Yeah, they got it in New York, bro. On DoorDash.
You like it?
Yeah, bro. It's classic, you know? So I really don't dive into the whole like New York restaurant thing because we just stick and move and we're humble, bro. We go to Burger King and shit still.
Y'all working?
Yeah, we don't care.
We ain't got time to check out. We trying to make some hits.
But I will say the food in Chinatown in Brooklyn is more authentic, and I'm gonna shit on some people, but it's definitely less for the tourist, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff in Manhattan that's set up for tourism and like all that. But like Brooklyn, you're going to get the real, this place been here 100 years. This is my grandpa's recipe type vibe. So I will say that. But,
so if you become like a pizza snob?
Nah, man. It's still pizza oven. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. I
like
will stand on the hill.
Too.
I like Mike's Pizza too because Mike is from New York.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mike's Pizza. So he was breaking this down like the science of pizza. And I was like, I asked him, I said, how come people in New York, you know, to us, it's a simple slice. But to New Yorkers, they know their pizza.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you got to get it from this block. You got to get it from this side of town. So we're not knowing the difference. We so used to pizza oven. But they're like, no, you got to really know where you're going.
Yeah,
Get a good slice.
Yeah. Yeah, because the thing out there, everywhere is a $1.50 slice. Mm-hmm. But it's not the same $1.50 slice. As like everyone makes it different. So it's like you got to find the one you like.
See, man. Pizza oven.
Yeah,
I love pizza oven. I love Mike's Pizza oven.
Waco Mart's undefeated.
All of it, man. Come on, man.
And them not having drive-thrus. I was telling my one homie about a drive, or even
that blew their mind.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell? He said, you could drive through a gas station? How?
I said that to one of my friends. Shout out to Ashley. I was telling her a while ago about drive-thrus, and she was like, so y'all run through the store? I'm like, no, we got a drive-thru. You go in there, you get your shells or your drinks. They thought it was a crazy concept.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the people at the drive-thru, you see them every day. They know you.
Day.
It's like the mailman stuff. Like it's a relationship type. Like
it's a drive-thru on my mail route.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mind blowing.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
All right, man. So you know how it goes, man. Oh, actually, I have one question for you. Out of all these great moments that we've discussed, what's been that one moment that's kind of shaped your career?
Man, I would say whenever someone in my family needed help and I had the money for music just to make that problem go away.
That's dope.
Where it's like, fuck this money.
That's what it's all about.
I'll figure this out right now for us, you know? I would say that's probably like the moment where I was like, okay, so my purpose is helping people.
Through music?
Yeah, through music. And that's why I don't try to aspire any of the clout internet shit. I want to be the person when that if someone's in orbit with me, I could change their life. Like how we think of like Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons, like they could just wave their hand and make it happen. That's how I want to be.
Rick Rubin, man.
You know,
I need that Rick Rubin sprinkled over.
Yeah,
me,
that's it, man.
Y'all gonna know. They're like, man, Jéan P, you ain't can't no more, man. Yeah. Rick Rubin even blessed me.
Yes, sir.
All I need. So on this part of the point, man, it's P's positive point in this section where I have my guest say a quote that means something to him. Zach, he usually has some silly Dr. Seuss quote, you know, but he's not here. But I asked my guests to tell me a quote that means something to them. So do you have a quote that you could share with us?
Yeah, so this is going to get spiritual on you.
Of course.
But my big quote is, no matter how deep the water, how big the waves, I'll stay focused on you.
What's that mean to you?
That means no matter the problem, anything going on in your life, good or bad, bro, if you just stay tapped in with Jesus, you could float above it.
100%.
You know? And I got to keep that in check because, you know, when we start moving, stuff ain't happening how you want. You're away from home. You're overstimulated, all this stuff. And it's like, man, just focus on him. It's going to be all right. You can walk on water.
I like that, man.
You know?
And my positive point is start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Listen to your story, man. From basement beats to placements to industry rooms, man.
Yeah.
Like, it started where you were. Like, the fact that you were breaking down this story, I'm like, yo, I remember. Because I've heard about that basement.
Yeah.
It was like the dungeon family.
Yeah.
Like the basement of Canton, because even back in school, I'm like, man, if I could just go there. And just see what they're doing, because y'all were cooking up so many classics, man, just starting off from there, and now you're at Quad Studios, man. It has to feel surreal for you.
Yeah,
like,
especially being in Quad, bro.
Yeah.
It's a museum.
All these different studios you've been in, man, just knowing like it started on the Northeast.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do at Quad what I did back in the basement now.
Yeah.
Just there.
Because you see artists now talk about the dungeon with Organized Noise.
Yeah.
How like just being there. And they've turned into a museum.
Yeah, bro.
And all those hit records. I wonder if you get that feeling knowing like this started in my mom's basement. All the rappers. I mean, Trippy's been there.
Yeah.
And look at where he's at.
Yeah, it is a crazy feeling.
Andre 3000 was like small rooms. And like when he talked about how big things started in small rooms, look at what you're doing now.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that, you know. Shit, some of the best beats I've ever made to this day was at my mom's house. I don't know what it is about tapping into that again, but...
Because that's where, to me, that's where the source started.
Yeah.
You found yourself in that basement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you found yourself in that basement, which is why I probably feel so euphoric when you're in these big rooms.
Yeah.
Because it started in a small room.
For sure, yeah. No, yeah, that's definitely right.
I like that, man. Well, again, man, congratulations to all that you've done, what you are doing, what you continue to keep doing. Because I know this music industry can be hit or miss, but you still stick with the punches, man.
Yeah,
and you make
sure.
these records. So any last shout outs before we get out of here, man? You got any?
Shout outs. I could shout out people all day long. Shout out to everyone in Canton trying to do it, man. Don't worry about the clout. Don't worry about the likes. None of that shit matters. There ain't no king of Canton. There ain't no people are trying to become famous. If you make good music, it will find a way out. And I'm trying to be the example for that, to where you don't got to worry about nothing but making good music and everything will come. So that would be my shout out, bro.
All right. I want to give a shout out to you, man, for being on the show. Shout out to Chase, Dakota, Allen, being in the building. People that have been watching the show, man, it keeps growing and growing and growing, and I'm just so happy with the progress. Shout out to Light the Flow Minister once again. That was our last episode.
Yeah, that was
I'm really happy for her. You know, she's been doing this for a long time, and I want to give her a shout out. The viewers, the listeners, everyone that's been watching to the podcast. 195 episodes, man.
Yeah, that's deep, bro. That's a lot.
That's deep, man. Every time we do it, every time Chase sets these cameras, I'm like, man, it really just started from just the idea to now it's turned into what it's turned into, man.
Yeah,
Small rooms.
Yeah, that 10,000 hours is coming up.
Of course, man. We got to do something big for our 200s, man. So hopefully, you know, you can bring Wishbone here.
Yeah. Are you going to do a big one for like 330?
We don't know. I know that 5 episodes is right around the corner, but I'm still thinking like, what do I want to do for my 200s? Like, I know it'd be bigger numbers, but it's just something about, especially for me personally,
Yeah.
what I've been through from the start from literally like the pandemic, like, okay, I got my phone, because that's how I started the pod. I did it on my phone. We used this phone as a camera, and now we got 3. And I'm excited about what it can turn into.
Yeah.
So for the big 200, I don't know what we're going to do.
It's gonna be dope, whatever you guys decide. You know?
Of course, man.
Keep it fun, you know.
I'm glad we had you on the show,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Because we got plenty more guests that we're gonna have, and it'll be 300 one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can do it on that quad one day.
Yeah, come on, guy. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, we can do it on that quad. So again, thank y'all for watching. 195, Franky Wahoo,
Yes,
Jéan P
sir.
the MC. We out of here, man. Say what you mean. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. From the northwest to the northeast, say my name once and they know it's me. Southeast to the southwest, no arguments, yeah, I got next, Jéan P.